Hello everybody, welcome back to the Redneck Stick. Today we are going to be changing front pads and rotors on a 2017 Nissan Sentra. There's only a few tools you're going to need. A little caliper hook, you can also use a clothes hanger or a bucket. You're going to need a 19mm socket, a brake pad piston compressor tool, 14mm wrench, and a 21mm socket on an impact to get the lug nuts off. Obviously, your mileage may vary if you have aftermarket nuts. Alright, with that taken off, obviously we can see our brake disc, which probably doesn't need to be replaced, but with as cheap as you can get aftermarket ones for, we're going to go ahead and do that because it's part of a brake package. Another thing we're obviously going to need our new rotor, new set of pads, new hardware, flathead screwdriver, as well as brake grease, anti-seize, can of brake clean, some shop rags. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to get a 14mm wrench. Take off our sled pin bolt. Once that's done, pull the pad towards us just a little bit to compress that piston. Wiggle it off. Grab our hook. Feed it through. Hang the caliper somewhere out of the way. Next, we'll take our 19mm socket. And pretty easy. This car has how many miles? It's like 60, 63. So everything's on it's in pretty decent shape. It's just time for brakes. Even then, you could have waited a little bit longer, but we're here and we're going to do them because you'd have to do them soon enough. Alright, so with our caliper or bracket set up like this, take out this brake pad and look at where the wear indicator is on it. Match it up to the new one. Make the job easier, we'll just set it on this side. And then this one, obviously, it's going to be the next one in the box, since we've already done the other side. So looking at these pads, you don't see anything out of the unordinary. You don't see uneven pad wear. Like if it was worn like this or like this instead of flat, then these little slide pins here can be bound up. These slide pins actually feel really good. As you can see, they're nice and flexible. You don't want them to be sticky or binding or anything like that. This pad also looks fine. Like I said, you see the wear indicator right there. You could have gotten a little bit more life out of them, but you know, it's definitely a good idea as a preventative maintenance to go ahead and get these replaced. So next, we'll take a note of our hardware, get the new hardware ready to go. And this just pops out. You take the new stuff. Pop it in. Alright, so this is almost done. Next we're gonna take out our slide pin, and sometimes one pin will have the little rubber on it, and you just want to take note of where that goes. So next we'll take a little bit of brake clean, shoot it in the towel. Get this nice and cleaned up. And depending on the age of the vehicle, like if it was real sticky, I would want to get like a gun cleaning brush. Take the other one out. Clean it up. As you can notice, this one doesn't have the piece of rubber on it. So just take note. Like I said, normally you would want to get a bristle brush and clean out these bores, but everything's in good shape. There's no grit, foreign objects in the grease. Everything's in great shape, so I'm just going to put a new coat of grease on it.
Like before the memory runs out.
Alright, so now that our slide pins look good, as you can see, they move freely. The actual suction, if there being a vacuum in here, pulls them back. So these are beautiful. This is what you want right here. So we'll take our pad and you just put a little bit of copper anti-seize on the back plate. And a little bit on the ears here. Not too much, you don't want to go crazy with it. Just enough. This will help prevent squeals and noises in the brakes.
And you can buy stop squeal, just anti-seize is cheaper.
So how you know where the wear indicator goes is the wear indicator faces into the clip, on these Nissans at least, faces into the clip with the that little guy sticking out there. It's usually easier to slide them in is to slide in the wear indicator first, then slide that in. There's no stops or anything, so they just kind of sit there. Friction just kind of holds them. We'll get our next pad, put a little bit of anti-seize on there, a little on the ears. Spread it out. Alright, so this assembly is ready to go. Next, take off our rotor, set it aside, it's good scrap. Take our new rotor, put a brake clean. You're just cleaning all the grease off of the rotor. So what we're doing is putting the lug nuts on, because it keeps the pad from kind of walking around on you.
That's a rotor.
Did I say pad?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Keeps the rotor from walking around on you.
Why?
Slam on the brakes, just not.
And alright, so next thing we're going to do, you can hop onto this side now. Take an old brake pad, take our caliper, remove the hook, set it down here. Get our compressor tool. Now you want to check your master cylinder first and make sure whenever you push this in, obviously it's going to send fluid up. You want to make sure your master cylinder is not going to overflow. Which we've already made sure that the level looks acceptable. There's some crud in here, so we're gonna clean that up a little bit. Just some of the old grease, anti-seize, anti-squeal, whatever that they're gonna use on the old pads. Just get all that out of there. Nice and clean surface. And then take the caliper. Slide it on. Tighten this down. Factory specs. Now the first couple times you pump your brake pedal, that you're not going to have any pressure. So what you're going to do is pump it until pressure is restored, which is there, because those pistons, we pushed them in just enough where they're not touching the pads with any tension on them. So whenever you pump the brake pedal, it pushes those pistons against the pads so that everything's nice and tight. Well, you know, not nice and tight, but so that the caliper has the correct distance from the pads. And after that, we take it for a test drive, verify the repair, and this one's done. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this will help you guys out. It's pretty simple maintenance item to do on your own car. You can save a bunch of money. So don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. I'll put some links in the description where you can get some of the parts and tools used in the video. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.